What's up, Dragon Brood? Today we are taking a look at Selesnya tokens. And you know, this was a pretty powerful deck that got a lot of play when Core Set 2020 came out. And then it sort of fell off a bit as the format sort of settled in, you know. And I would say that in general, this is something that doesn't really stand a chance in current standard, but might actually have a shot at the future. Plus, there's almost always things that are giving some number of +1/+1 counters that we can probably expect in Zendikar. We just don't know how many or what kind, or if they're going to be instants or creatures. So that can actually leave this kind of open-ended going into the fall rotation. Now, before we go take a look at this deck, y'all know what I'm going to ask. Could you please like this video to help me get in front of more people? Hit that subscription bell just because it lets you know whenever I have a new video up. And then if you're going to do that, remember to hit that subscribe button. You know, because that's really just a way for you to show me that you appreciate what I'm doing. And I am super thankful. With all that being said, let's go take a look at what Selesnya tokens might look like in the future. Now, two things. One, I want to remind everybody that just because we're building this doesn't mean it's going to be great in the fall, doesn't mean it's not going to get better, doesn't mean it's not going to get worse. All this means is these are cards that exist now, so if you want to go ahead and spend your wild cards to make a really fun deck, these are cards you'll be able to play at least for a year from now in Standard. The other thing is, I've had some people ask, why do I do the deck text in this view versus, let me go ahead and change it here so you can see it, versus this view. Because, like, I guess I could do this and people want to see that, but then the problem is I have to move my camera around and stuff, and I like the other way it's set up. The other thing is, too, I make changes to the deck list sometimes while I'm talking to you about them, and it's a lot easier to do it from this view than it is from the other view. Matter of fact, I can't do the quick card swaps from the other view. I only work from this view. There's also a third thing, and it's that whenever I'm talking about a card, this comes up full view, easy to read. I don't have to worry about anything being in front of it. So I can talk to you clearly about the card, show the card on screen. If you want to pause, it's a chance for you to read it. And there's nothing in the way, no matter where I put the cards. Because if I do this, then sometimes if I bring a card up, I could be potentially covering part of it. Some people say they like to just see the mana cost or whatever. But truthfully, it does the exact same thing in this view. It just puts them all in order. So it really doesn't change anything. The other thing too is also with this update, look where it puts the numbers. Like these white numbers like here on the Scavenging Ooze is not that easy to see. So that's another reason I don't mind doing it in the other view, because the numbers are always nice and clean, easy to see as I go down them. Anyway, just wanted to answer that question because it's something that's come up like once a week for the last couple weeks. So I figured I would go ahead and clarify that for everybody. Now, talking about the deck. Since we're playing +1/+1 theme, we do want +1/+1s on our creatures, and this is the best way to do it across the board. I actually want to play 4 of these and 4 Feet of Resistance, but I just couldn't find room for them, so it's possible this could change moving forward. Playing Scavenging Ooze because it does actually remove things from the yard, it does actually add counters. Playing a couple of Wildborn Preservers because we're not playing that many humans, so most things are going to be able to trigger this. It also gives us something we can play at instant speed, which is nice. Conclave Mentor, the most powerful card for this deck for sure. You actually don't have a choice but to include it if you're playing Selesnya tokens right now. Or Selesnya counters, I should say. Boss Riquette, this one's actually one that's on the fence, but the +1/+1 guarantees that you're going to be getting a +1/+1 counter every turn, and what you put it on also has indestructible until end of turn. So that's also good, and if you just want to try to Alpha Strike, you can get some extra tokens on top of it. So he's doing a decent bit of work in this list. Invigorating Surge, one of the best cards that's a scary finisher. It can really surprise combat and be a surprise combat trick and really get you out of trouble, which is great. Pride Malkin, this is another one I wanted 4 of, but again, I'm just running light on space. But I do like the ability that it gives everything with the counter trample. Bosri's Lieutenant can give you protection after a board sweeper, or if you get into a big combat, which is nice. Also, having protection from multicolor doesn't suck. Stone Coil Serpent also has protection from multicolor, but this gives you a possible turn 1 play if you need it, but also gives you a way to get some easy counters later. And this getting to double up something with like an Invigorating Surge is humongous. Then Wildwood Scourge is quite the card that can let you get a big creature really fast just from pumping up your other creatures, which is fantastic. Also, small pet peeve. Whenever I had my store, there's actually a magic set called Scourge as well. You'd be surprised the number of people that came in and called it Scourge. It's just Scourge, like Scourge of the Earth. We're going to play some Plains, some Forest, 3 Temple of Plenty, playing 1 Bonder's Enclave because I feel like we can get to a 4-power creature pretty easy, and some Fabled Passages, and then we'll just see what happens. So let's go to the arena. Oh boy. This one's a little scary. I think we have to mulligan this, especially on the draw. Alright, well this one we're keeping. We will get rid of that. And hopefully we draw some mana, because we're going to need it. The only good news, I would say, I don't know if that's only, but I will say some good news here is that we do get 2 Conclave Men. Ah, that sucks. I honestly don't think, without drawing Feat of Resistance, that we can beat Temur Adventures. I think that is going to be the one deck you are going to be weak to. And don't really have a choice here. I mean, this is going to get shot, we're going to get shot, and there's really nothing we can do about it here. I guess I could have got a Forest knowing that we had this, but... Ooh, there's a Feat of Resistance, but that means we kind of can't play anything here. It's very disappointing. Alright, I guess we just attack. I mean, the opponent's also not playing anything. They missed a mana. I mean, they don't seem to be wanting to do anything. Problem is, I can only protect one of these if I run it out. Though I guess it would depend. No. Still bad. Man, this is unfortunate. This really is. Like, I just don't want to give up dumb value to the opponent here. I mean, because the problem is if they shoot, and shoot me, which is a totally viable thing, I can save 1. And that'd be about it. I wish, actually, this had been the Wildwood Scourge, because we would have been able to put a +1/+1 on it. It came in as a 2/2. Then if I put a counter on this, the other would become a 3/3. And then that would have been nice. Actually become a 4/4. But that's not what we're dealing with here. So, unfortunately, I think this is what we got to do. I mean, and I know this is bad, but there's not a lot I could do. I mean, they've been waiting to get this value, so... Alright, they're shooting us. They're going to shoot 1. Oh, actually, crap. I could have got the extra counters. I wasn't even paying attention. That was stupid. I clicked too quick. I could have had it as a 4/4 here, not a 3 or a 5/5, because we would have got an extra counter. But such is life. We make mistakes. Okay, we're just gonna attack. See what the opponent's got here. Probably a Brazen Borrower, I would assume. Okay, well, we at least get a Brazen Borrower dead out of their hand, I guess. And it just keeps them from putting it back in their hand. So that wasn't the worst. I mean, if the Scoos lives, we do get to eat some things out of the yards, right? Like, that's something. I mean, let's be honest, though, right? If these creatures live and the opponent doesn't have something significant in the way, we could potentially just win next turn. I doubt it, though, because they did get 3 lands. They're going to play something. Alright, so they're going to get more mana. I mean, because on board is lethal. Like, once we put a token on, this is going to become a 4/4 Scavenging Ooze. So I'm assuming they're going to play at least the giant or something in the way, right? Okay. Fair enough. Add another Brazen Bar. Okay. What happened there? Why did they not get... I feel like I missed something. I thought they should have been bouncing more things. Peculiar. Well, this means we can't activate Scavenging Ooze the way we wanna. So... we could make this a 4/4, play this next turn, play this, turn it into a big dumb creature, which is totally possible. But I think we just do this. I mean, it's not great, but it's something. I mean, this is funny too. This is one of those cases where, you know, I have more things that are white than green, so I went and got a plains, ended up drawing plains after that, and really right now I need green mana. So that's just a... it was a decent decision that ended up poorly for us. I mean... oh, are they just going to deal 4 to everything here? Gosh dang it. I bet that's what's going to happen. I mean, I guess we block anyway. They're going to kill our stuff. They're going to kill our stuff. Yep. That's exactly what's going to happen. Alright. We'll go for it. I think the problem, really, this deck has is the best thing you can do early is actually a Conclave Mentor, but the problem is you're running it out there effectively naked and just leaving it exposed, and that's kind of not great. You know, because again, here, they're just going to play... okay, they didn't have it. I was going to say, we very well could have just went land Bone Crusher Giant, you know, there, and we'd have just been dead. Let's... do we attack? So I don't think the opponent would really trade there. That wouldn't be smart. Maybe they would. Let's see. Are they interested? Nope, they aren't. So let's just go with this. Okay, so they're going to have 5 mana, or access to 5 this turn. Alright, Lovestruck Beast it is. Make another token. Okay. Scourge is nice. I don't know if it's really what we're looking for here, but it's nice. I think, though, the plan should be... yeah, let's go ahead and just Scourge here. I think that is what we want. So it comes in as a 4/4. Next turn, we get some options of what to do with it. So we'll just pass here. This is kind of just going to be a big battle of size, it looks like. And if we can work our way over the next turn or two to turn this Wildwood Scourge into a really ginormous creature, we could potentially get through with the Feat of Resistance if we're not forced to use it before then because of, like, a ram through or something. Which is very possible, mind you. We may also have to defend a creature from something like a Primal Might, you know, something of that nature. So there's... oh, okay, well that's a good one to have here, actually. This is real nice. Alright, so let's go with that. This is going to make a giant Wildwood Scourge. Man, that's almost enough to take the opponent out by itself. It doesn't trample yet. So we do have to be aware of that. I don't want to blow this just yet. Currently, the opponent can get through for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So if they pumped something else, that would be a little bit annoying. Something is going to get 3 counters here, so we have to be aware of that. But, you know what? I think we just pass. I think they just have too many 1/1s that we can't be concerned with blocking or anything else right now. Eric's Uprising. Okay, they're going to get a card. They will still have 3 mana to spend. 4 mana to spend. Oh man, if Questing Beast comes out, this is going to be the sickest fight against the Questing Beast. Oh, they're straight up trampling. Look at this thing. Talk about going deep in the 2021 archives. It's a 3 mana 4/2. I mean, you could do a lot worse on cards. Okay, so the interesting thing here is we probably only want to play this for 2, so we can still protect against something if we need to. But, because do remember, the opponent's creatures are all trampling right now. I'm just trying to get into a situation where we can do this and this. I think that's the real kicker. And we really have to hope that they only block with white or with green creatures. Oh, that wouldn't really work, though, because we have to do it before they block. Yeah, I need a Pride Malkin. That's what we really need. We need a Pride Malkin here. That's a little tough. Or we need to get something in their graveyards, because, you know, that would help, too. Though, do we go ahead and just do this, finally? I think we do. And if the opponent just has the card, they have the card. At some point, we need this in play. So, let's just do that. We're just going to pass. If we get a Pride Malkin, I think we're solid gold, because then we can just attack with the Tramplers and be all nice and spiffy. This does get scary, though, because a big Primal Might here would really put us in a bad spot. Okay, Wicked Wolf. That eats a Scavenging Ooze. That's fine. Oh, I guess Bozer's Lieutenant. That's fair. Keep us from getting creatures later. Makes sense. I can't fault that logic. Which is actually pretty good for us, because now we can turn the Scavenging Ooze into a 6/6. So that's kind of nice. Oh, maybe that's what they're looking at, too. Like, they could have killed the Ooze. And then just leave us with a 2/2. Would have been less scary for them. Yeah, they're looking at it now, realizing that. Or maybe that they spent their mana wrong, right? Ooh, we got lucky there, actually. Because had we played the Stonecoil Serpent, we would have lost that to the Gem Razor. That is good to know. Alright, so the opponent's going for it here. They did open themselves up where we could possibly win next turn. Because we can block in a manner where we take 12 here. There's only 4 attackers, and they have only white creatures behind. So let's block here. Block here. Do we want to just take 12? Taking 12 with the opponent has 2 cards in hand, but only 1 mana open, so it would have to be exactly Giant Growth. But if we... Man, we need to draw a land. If we draw a land, game's over. So we can give them protection from white. Oh, gosh. We need an untapped land so badly here. Or we possibly... we can't bet on them not having a Giant Growth, unfortunately. This is so scary. I feel like we have to do it, though. Okay. Oh, we got there. Oh, that's so good. That was the biggest thing we could have gotten here, in all reality. The other thing, too, is we have to do this in the right order. So we have to pump this creature first. Oh, actually, no. Because they only have white creatures. So I guess it doesn't really matter. I mean, unless they have a way to instant speed something we don't know, we gotta go for it. Protection from white. Think we stole one. Yep. Woo! That was sick. Alright, we'll keep it. I mean, opponent's going first. Not a lot we can do. We're both keeping 7 here. And they got... You know what? I'm tempted to just not even play these games against Adventures, because I'm not really sure what there is for y'all to gain from these videos, but, you know. I will do it anyway. I will take one for the team. But I feel like we're largely just going through the motions. This is probably going to get shot down here. I mean, it'd be great if it doesn't. But who knows? Now, depending on what happens, let's assume the Conclave Mentor lives through this turn. Okay, it's probably not now. But I was trying to think if it did, what would be the play we want? And it's probably Wildwood Scourge. Okay, well it does. They get a card. Do we have anything that could pump Scourge and Stonecoil Serpent, maybe? That would be nice. We can get a Basri's Solidarity. We could Stonecoil for 1 and pump both creatures. That would be nice. Because when we turn the Conclave Mentor into a 4/4, oh, nope, that's not going to happen. So we're going to put that dream on ice for a little while. Here's the tough thing. Like, I feel like we need to Pride Malkin here. Yeah, I think we have to. I don't want to, but I think Pride Malkin keeps the Conclave Mentor from dying to a Stomp from a Bonecrusher Giant. Which, again, I don't love, but yeah, it's one of those things. You got to play to your outs, unfortunately. So here we're going to play Wildwood Scourge next turn, probably, and make a 4/4. Puts us in a situation where we probably are able to just block with it and the Pride Malkin on a Lovestruck Beast. There's Rada. Did get them a land. They got some Rada value. That's a thing you don't always get. Well, now if we put the counter on the Conclave Mentor, we end up putting the Conclave Mentor at risk. But maybe it's worth it. Just to keep the Lovestruck Beast at bay. Worst case scenario, we block a Lovestruck Beast, then they come after it with a Stomp. Here, the Basri's Lieutenant can block Rada freely, which is nice. If the opponent attacks with the Lovestruck Beast, this can almost come off as a weird bluff. I don't know how I feel about that, so we're not going to put that in front of it. We're just going to give them that. And if they think there's something else going on there, feel free, give it trample, whatever. Ram throughs or whatever. But if they had that, they would have just rammed through the Lieutenant and attacked with the Rada. Yeah. Don't want to put the Lieutenant at risk of stopping the Rada cold right now. Enough that we know the opponent didn't want to attack with it. Them still attacking with the Lovestruck Beast, though, does make me feel like they believe there was a reason to do it. Which means they probably had a way to shoot down the Mentor. But it looks like they are playing just red-green, so this is some type of Gruul Adventures. And they obviously did not draw any type of... what's it called? The Clover. So now we're kind of in a weird spot, right? Do we... Man, I probably need more green in this list. We can Wildwood Scourge for 5, because this will come and play with an extra counter. Or we can turn this into a 6/6. And then, yeah, let's do that. That's probably better. Oh, wait. I meant 5, and it turns into a 6. There we go. That's what I meant to do. And no attacks. We'll just hold tight. I mean, we may just be in a dumb situation that we try to get some giant stone coil serpent or something here. We're gonna get Gem Razored out. I could totally see that being a thing. Sadly, yeah, we're just gonna block one. I mean, what else are we gonna do? Though, you know what? Yeah, we're just gonna block one. They can stomp our Stone Coil Serpent, that's fine. Oh, it's an Embercleave. Well, yeah, then we're just dead anyway. That means nothing. We died just the same. Yeah, we're dead. Okay, we get to go first, so let's do it. Yeah, we'll keep that. I mean, we're on the play blind, so let's go. I mean, the thing is, we kind of have our first couple of turns lined up, so there's not a lot to be done here. We're going to go ahead and run the Conclave Mentor out. Hope that it doesn't get stomped or something here. But they're almost all the good 2-mana removal does kill it. And green-white, that is not a thing, though. So we did get to buy some time, which is very nice. Let's go ahead and play this as a 3/3. And we will pass. Alright, they are playing a Cat, so we're playing a similar list. Is this what's going on here? Is this what's happening? Okay, they're just putting a counter on and doing nothing. We like that. We like that. Let's play this for one. So then we can send this into Cat. Alright, this is turning out real good now that we got this Solidarity. This is 3 counters for everything, plus a whole lot for the Wildwood Scourge. Yep, that one's over quick. Okay, we got a Bonder's Enclave in hand. What do we do with this? We keep that. Part of me feels very tempted to try to play like turn 1 Stone Coil, turn 2 Preserver, but I don't think we can. I think we need to go out, get our planes first, and see if we can set up something for the later turns. Plus, you know, occasionally we do get to sneak something in and catch something off guard with the Preserver. I don't think we will here, obviously, but it does give you the opportunity. And sometimes that's all you're looking for is an opportunity. So we'll go ahead and pass. I did originally have the land that gave you a possible +1 on like snakes, ox, whatever, because we did have snakes and cats, I think. Okay, so this says opponents can't cast spells from anywhere other than their hand. Well, good thing we're not going to try to do that. That would just be bad for business for us, right? So we can play this as a 2 and turn that into a 3. Or we could just Pride Malkin, or actually, dang, or we could just do this for 1 and still pump the Wildborn Preserver. That feels like it might be worth trying, believe it or not, because if the opponent has something that kills the Wildwood Scourge, it's going to kill it anyway. And this way we get to put another counter on the Scourge. So, like, let's say they have Eliminate, right? It still kills a Wildwood Scourge, whether we do it now or we do it later. At least this way it has a chance of still gaining counters along the way. If they have something like Heartless Act, wouldn't kill it anyway, with any number of counters on it. So here, I think we're going to do much the same. Though this time we're going to make this into a 2/2. And then we're going to pass. And now if we can get a green land, We can turn these Wildwood Scourges. Okay, we got to get one before the opponent gets one. Come on. Dang it. Why, deck? Why? Why did you treat us like this? I've been nothing but good to you. Alright. Why did it not get a counter when we're going to put on... Oh, on a non-Hydra creature. Duh. That makes a difference. Well, I should have just put the counter on the Pride Malkin. That was a mistake. I was thinking... Yeah, see, that's a difference, though. Even that little bit, putting the counter on the wrong thing, totally changes the complexion of this game, unfortunately. Alright, well, this way we know we're putting counters on a thing, so let's do this. And we will attack with this. I mean, do we though? I mean, if we get a white land, we get to punch. Yeah, let's not attack. Let's not attack. Let's wait. Because there's a bunch of things we can get here, and at best, the opponent's going to remove a thing from our graveyard. Yeah, but see, this is the biggest deal, though, right? See, we would have 2 5/5s right now had I put the counter on the Pride Malkin. So that's a big, big deal that we missed that, unfortunately. Okay, you know what? We're going to attack with everything but the Pride Malkin, I think, since we're sitting on these Invigorating Surge. Which is super awesome because we can put the Invigorating Surge on the Stonecoil Serpent. It's going to pump each of the Wildwood Scourges. Then we double the number of counters, which is going to pump the Wildwood Scourges. Well, that doesn't allow us to do that at all. Dang, opponent. Just take away our fun. Okay, that's fine. So is the opponent not blocking here? Because this is interesting if they're not. And that's all they're doing, huh? Alright, well, here we go. I mean, they're just going to let me get through. Why not? I mean, we're both stuck on lands. Alright, the opponent's got something here. I mean, if it's Questing Beast, it's over. Invigorating Surge just does it. Okay, Shatter the Sky. That works out for them. And unfortunately, we still did not get a green land. Oh, man. We needed one so badly here. Wow. Unfortunately, this can't make tokens unless something is attacking. So we're just going to play a Scavenging Ooze and hope maybe the opponent doesn't have one of their own here. Okay, Shovel. That is a real thing. I mean, we're going to have Indestructible and can punch through it, so that's okay. So technically, we are going to be representing lethal. The opponent is going to have to block. Alright, first things first. Let's remove a thing from a graveyard. What do we not want to see? I don't know. Maybe if you can get this back into play, that's bad for us. We're going to play a Bozzer-Cat. Bozzer-Cat's going to pump that Scavenging Ooze. So we have a 4/4 that's going to be indestructible. Doesn't matter that the opponent's creature has Death Touch. Alright, they got another kill card here. I mean, if they have a kill spell, they're still in it. For sure. Oh, they didn't have it. Well, we found some green land. You know what? I'm going to keep this. I'm going to keep this. I don't love it, but it's like, you know, if we find even one white mana, we're probably okay along the way. Alright, how bad is it, though? Let's find out. I mean, this is kind of bad, right? If they even just play, like, Garrick's Harbinger here, we're wrecked. Because we don't have anything to do to it over the first couple of turns. Okay, that's okay. Not great, but it does allow us some time. Unfortunately, that time could just mean questing beast, which would be completely understandable. Lovestruck beast, so that's not as bad. Not great, but not as bad. Oh, never mind. It probably is questing beast. Why are you? Why would they waste the food there? I mean, do they just want to attack that badly, I guess? Oh, they wanted to play another card. That makes sense. Okay, gotcha. That makes sense. This, however, is bad for us. I was hoping to not miss a land drop here. That's not the best situation. We're going to just try to turn this Preserver into a 3-3. I don't know if it matters. I think we're just dead from here. And we're going to take 5 for sure. Interesting. There's a fair amount of people playing this card. I have definitely not giving it a lot of attention because of the 2 toughness. But, you know, other people seem to enjoy it. Maybe I'm in the minority on that one. Why are you attacking with the 1-1 here? I was going to say, unless you're going to swing all your 1-1s, you don't attack with any of them. Yeah, I'm just going to go 15. I mean, opponent's hand's empty, though they do have access to a lot of mana right now. And I want to stress that, a lot of mana. So we do have to be careful. Thanks. Like, okay, so if we make a Scavenging Ooze, we can make the Preserver into a 4-4. We can block the Stonecoil Serpent, or block with the Stonecoil Serpent, eventually make the Ooze bigger, potentially make the Preserver bigger. So yeah, I think that's what we're looking at. I mean, this is kind of the long way to get a big enough threat to deal with the Lovestruck Beast, but there's not a lot else we can do here. No attacks. I mean, the opponent does get to attack. Actually, maybe if they attack with the Patrol and the Lovestruck Beast, we double block. I mean, we block each one, maybe. And then we just play another Scavenging Ooze. That might be the best plan. Because we are at enough life that that's a real total we have to be concerned about. I mean, getting rid of a 4-power attacker is a big deal. I mean, it does trample, obviously, so we didn't get completely damage-free, but not a bad situation. Ugh, even one land. I could have played this, and then played this, and that'd have gotten us out of trouble. Okay, how do we want to deal with this? I think we can... I think the same thing. I think we're on the same play. I think this was just our strategy last time. We're just going to stick with it and do the same thing. I mean, if the opponent just has a removal card, they have a removal card. So be it. At this point, I'm kind of assuming it's a land if they don't do anything with it here. Alright, so they're just using mana to make food, sack food, make food, sack food. The scary thing is, I don't know if we can go to 8 here or not. Part of me says we can, part of me says we can't. What are they saying oops for? Alright, here comes all their mana. Oh, they're just attacking with everything. Oh god. Why? I mean, I guess we're dead then. Oh, I'm not buying the oops. What would they have? I mean, they obviously have something they're going to kill us with. And it's not an Embercleave because they didn't leave another red open. So we're dead to something here. I just don't know what something is. 5, 6, 7. And if we take 7... I mean, if they have giant growth, so they can go +4 or +3. Yeah, if they have that, we're dead anyway. Though I don't think giant growth was in 2021. Alright, I'm just going to block like this. If they have it. 5, 6, 7. Yeah, if you have it, we're dead. Oh, we're still alive. What? 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 How is that even possible? What happened? They must just have lands in hand. I guess they were just hoping that we would just block terribly. I mean, I need to take a forest, but I'm going to take a plains here just for future insurance. So let's go ahead and tap 1/1. Just do this for 1. We're not going to get life from the Scavenging Ooze yet this turn. We're actually not going to use that. We're going to decline that because we're going to do Basri Solidarity, which makes us a giant Wildwood Scourge. And no attacks. Because if they didn't have it last turn, they don't have it this turn. Now we're only worried about something giving a significant creature trample. It's possible they do get Gem Razor here, and then we're on a 1-turn clock. That's a real thing. Yep. Just, it's always tough when you know those things. Okay, well now I think we're just dead skis. I don't think we really have a thing. Oh, we can block. I forgot. I know that too, because I know opponents always forget that. Yep. Alright, we're going to keep. We get to go first. We don't have a whole lot going on. We have just the Mentor, so we're putting a lot of faith on this card surviving. But really, we need to draw another untapped land by turn 3, because really, we'd like to put a counter on the Mentor with Basri, if we're given an opportunity. Though I say that, I mean, that doesn't really help our cause right now. I'm not really sure if that's even the best play, because we probably want to leave Defeat of Resistance up to protect the Conclave Mentor. Well, we got the land. Unfortunately, these decks do play a lot of burn spells. So I think what these lists actually need is I need to be playing Fight as ones. So I can just wait till turn 3 to play the Conclave Mentor. And then protect it. I think that's the strategy we should be going with. Alright, so again, you know, they have a lot of burn spells. Not much we can do about it. They have it, they have it. There's like Fire Prophecy and some of that other stuff like that that they can play for sure. Now it's just a matter of, do we Basri Cat? That becomes a different question here. This time we will get a forest. Because, hey, so here's the thing, right? If we Basri Cat, turn this into a 4/4, we know it's not really susceptible to anything at that point, even if they shock a Riddle form. Problem is, this is only going to be at 4, so anything they play after that would be able to come after the Basri Cat. And I don't think we necessarily want that to happen just yet. So, we're just going to play this for 1, I believe. And then we're going to attack with the Stonecoil Serpents. It's possible they will try to shock the Scourge and then block the Serpent. Okay, they didn't. Thought they might, though. Okay, end the turn. Oh, weird. I'm kind of wondering why they didn't make that play then. That's only going to add 1 counter. Yep, we actually have to put it on it. I was trying to set up something big here between these 2 cards. But looks like this Scourge is going to die just the same because the opponent drew all their shocks. Savage. I mean, I guess the good news is, though, they don't have shocks left, right? So we know that's a thing. So the question is, do we just play Basriket as like a red herring here, knowing that they will attack into Basriket? The opponent's scrying 2 cards. Leaves 1 on top, 1 on bottom. We did not need another land here. Maybe that was me getting too sneaky last turn, as it turns out. If all they have those shocks, maybe we should have just went ahead and played a 3/3 Scourge. I think that was a misplay, actually, in hindsight.
We are a team. We succeed or fail as one. Oketra's love is your shield.
Alright, if we can get something that can put a counter on the Stone Coil Serpent, we could make it a 4. We turned it into a 5. We would put 1 to turn it into 6. We would double the counter into 12. Yeah, it's not going to be enough. Not going to be enough. Basriket dies here, but that's okay. We get to buy a turn. Maybe get to buy a turn. Depends on what spells they end up getting, because they could have some type of double strike, something or others. Alright. If we put the opponent to 10, that would make Invigorating Surge represent lethal. This is good, because this will be able to block a flyer. So we like that. Which, to be fair, I could have not have attacked last turn and protected Basriket a little bit. But that wasn't really part of the plan. For the record, y'all, I don't think that Izzet Spells is still any good to be playing in the current format. I don't think it's... I don't think it's good in current standard. I don't think it's good in 2021 standard either. It just keeps coming up short against a bunch of random lists that's put together. Alright, I mean, we're going to attack, and then we're just going to see if they can kill this. No blocks. Alright, if they have a way to kill it, we lose. If not, we win. Alright, that'll do it. So that worked out pretty well. And I have to admit, I was pretty happy that all the cards came into play and did what they were supposed to. Maybe if I were to change something, it could possibly do with like 1 less Wildwood Scourge, maybe. Oh, excuse me there. Mostly because I think it's possible that we just don't have the mana sometimes to do what we want with it. And even getting 1 on the table can sometimes be good. But I don't know. I feel like maybe something needs to be cut. Maybe it's a Pride Malkin. To add an extra feat of resistance, because I feel like the matches you're going to win against the Temur, or actually any of the Adventures decks, are generally going to be because you have that feat of resistance. Either because it lets you blank their Adventures when they're targeting your stuff, especially when it's something like a Brazen Bar or Petty Theft, right? You don't really care about the Stomp on the Giant after about turn 4 anyway, so after you get past those turns, you're really just worried about them being able to bounce your thing. So if you can protect them, that's a big deal. The other part of that is whenever you want to punch through for the final attack, right? You can make a creature huge, and if they only have green creatures or only white creatures or red creatures to block with, then you can just get in there for that big hit, which is super awesome. But I will say the Pride Malkin also gives your things trample, so kind of a quandary there to figure that out. But season to taste, as they say. But yeah, I know some people are curious what this deck could look like going forward. it's pretty good. Like I said, there are times when we were playing I kind of wanted to have a Fight as one, but I think maybe in hindsight it's maybe just a 4th copy of Feat of Resistance. Maybe we play one less Basri's Solidarity. Maybe that's the answer. I don't know. I feel like there's something there. It just has to figure it out. It's hard because you're wanting to play your Conclave Mentor early, but you don't really have anything to protect it with. So it gets kind of sketchy, and you have to really decide the order of all your cards. But it can still win some games, as you saw. I was very impressed. We won more than we lost, which was nice. And even the ones we lost, one of those was very close. So yeah, we'll take it for what it is. You know, be honest. Like, they're not all going to be superstar, over the top 7-0 wins you're going to see on the channel, but you know what? They are going to be honest wins, and this is a fun deck for sure. And again, if you were not aware, remember, down in the description below, we always keep links to the latest version of the deck list. You can find my links to my sponsor, Cardsphere. If you want to join us in the Discord, you can join there for free as well. And then to my podcast and other projects, the Twitch stream and other things I have going on are down in the links below as well. But that's all I have for you for now. Remember to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, because that's helping me out so much. And so many of you have come on board recently. So I want to say thank you for that. Because there's been a lot. We've had a huge uptick in views, a huge uptick in subscribers. So I don't know, maybe me telling you so often is working. Maybe y'all just love me. I don't know, but I'm very appreciative whatever's causing it. So thank you for that. That's all I have for you for now. We'll see you next time.